Hi everyone, my name is Ellie Foreman. I am a first year here at FSU's Master's in Higher Education program. My assistantship is in the Oglesby Union working with assessment and marketing, and I did my undergrad degree at Colorado State University.
All right, my name is Owan Edwards and I'm a second year PhD student in the higher education program here at Florida State. I did undergrad at Oakland University and I did my master's at Michigan State. My hometown is Detroit, so there goes the Michigan schools. Afterwards, I worked in the DMV for a decade at University of Maryland College Park, and then I pursued my PhD here. Currently, my assistantship is a graduate research assistant with Dr. Tamara Bertrand-Jones.
Hi, my name is Antonio Ruiz. I am a first year doctoral student in the higher education program. I did my undergrad at James Madison University and my master's in higher education at Florida State University. My assistantship is with the Leadership Learning Research Center. I am an instructor there and I do some research for them too.
So here in Tallahassee, I live with my partner. We live in an apartment a little ways away from campus. We don't have any pets currently, but hopefully there will be a cat in our near future. For us, it was important to find a place that was a little bit further away from campus. We both are out of undergrad a few years now, moving down to Tallahassee. So we looked a little bit outside of the circle of campus and have really liked the community we found that is filled with a little bit more young professionals, some other grad students, and some families as well.
Yeah, I'm living with roommates right now. I have there's 4 of us and I have a dog. I'm the only one with the pet, so we all share this space.
So my current living situation, I live alone. I live near Governor Square Mall. I like that because if I want to take a break and just go to the mall or walk around or whatever, I have that option. I also like being around the eateries and near grocery stores. The process for choosing my apartment was interesting because I came to pick out, I had a list of apartments from one of my colleagues in the program. However, the Tallahassee is interesting because I came on a weekend. When I came on the weekend, a lot of the leasing offices were closed. I thought that was interesting, being from Detroit and then living in the Washington Metro DC area for a decade. So what I did was I made the best of the situation and I chose from the leasing offices that were open. Folks were nice and hospitable and they gave me a tour and I went with what worked best for me living situation. I also wanted to be near campus, so I live about 12 minutes away from campus, which is very convenient as well.
Growing up one of the biggest cities in the world, Mexico City, Tallahassee feels small. It doesn't feel as small as my undergrad town, which was Harrisonburg, Virginia, just a small rural place, and which about 50,000 people. Tallahassee has about 110, 120, if I'm right. So it still feels small, but it's not as rural as, let's say, some parts of Virginia. It has a lot to offer without being an overwhelmingly big city. There's a little bit of everything for anyone. You're very likely to find whatever you're into, whether it's a club for something or parks to go out on walks and have a picnic, plus other things that cities tend to offer, like the occasional concert or going to the movies and things like that.
So what is it like living in Tallahassee from being in the DMV area? Is not too different from East Lansing, since I mentioned I got my master's from Michigan State. Something here that is not there, I feel like Tallahassee is more diverse. I like the fact that since I am working on my PhD, things are just a 12-minute drive, 10-minute drive. Like, you can't beat it. I'm not sitting in hours of traffic in DC or trying to take the metro to go somewhere. So I appreciate that because, in graduate school, you have to be mindful of how you use your time. Sometimes every little, minute or hour counts. So that's what I like. I also like that FAMU is just a hop, skip, and a jump away from Florida State, which is nice because I do have a love for HBCUs and I get to go to different things like their homecoming or their step show, or just, being able to see what else is here as far as higher education and the diversity amongst the schools with just in Tallahassee. Of course, TCC is also nearby to the community college. So it's just nice to know what other institutions are around for if I want to do perhaps research or things of that nature.
So I moved to Tallahassee from Fort Collins, Colorado, where Colorado State University is. It's only a little bit smaller than Tallahassee, so kind of a similar feel in that sense, though different living in a state capital for sure. It has been pretty easy to find everything we need, to find an apartment. There's a lot of opportunities for that. We actually had some family come and visit for us before we picked a place, and were able to pick it out between that and online. And then grocery stores, gyms, lots of parks, which is really fun. It's been a nice place to transition to. It is a little bit of a quieter place than I was expecting, given that it's the state's capital, but there's a lot of natural areas pretty close by, and close access as well to go to the beach or to go to Disney World, which we've enjoyed doing since we got here.
One of the best parts for me about living in Tallahassee are the nearby parks. Since given COVID-19, I had to find different ways to exercise, since we can't necessarily, use the gym, but you can now because they have different restrictions. However, I'm one of those people, I like to work out elsewhere because it helps me have a balance. So I'm not just at school all the time. So like I said, nearby parks, and I also go to Momentum Gym. I really like it there. It's a nice clean gym. I feel safe when I go to work out. And it's just a place for me to have a peace of mind outside of everything else that I'm doing. I know I can go there, get on my machine, lift my weights, get my cardio in, because that's a part of living a healthy, balanced life, is taking care of your body as well. So there you have it.
So it's been really great living in Tallahassee as a grad student, because while there are fun things to go out and do, fun restaurants, bars, breweries, parks, and stuff going on, there's also a lot of time that you can rest and kind of decompress. I don't feel pressure to go out and be super busy all of the time, and a lot of my social time has been just hanging out at friends' houses, hanging out at home, which is a great balance between the busyness of grad school and having restful time for yourself.
One of the best parts about living in Tallahassee is that I feel like it's close to a lot of places. So Tallahassee can be that relatively calm place, but you're still in a short distance away from going to Orlando if you want to go to Disney or Universal Studios, or to going to Jacksonville if you want to go to a football game, like a professional football game. But Tallahassee is still, it's not overwhelming. You're not going to have traffic issues. So it's a nice balance between living in a calm place and having bigger cities pretty nearby.
So my favorite place to be in Tallahassee is actually on FSU's campus. Coming from an undergrad that had a really pretty campus, but it didn't have the same collegiate feel, I've really enjoyed that about FSU. So all of the Spanish moss and the red brick buildings, even if I don't have to be on campus for class or for work, I like to come, bring a book, and just hang out.
I think what Tallahassee, the best thing Tallahassee has to offer, especially when it comes to Florida State University, is the faculty. The faculty really care about you and your success and are very supportive. So one of the things that the reason I decided to stay at FSU to continue with my PhD after my master's was because I felt really comfortable with the faculty here. I felt like they were genuinely invested in my plan trajectory and making sure and help me out and carry out my vision. So Tallahassee might not be the huge city with like a million things to do like New York City, if you want to put it that way. However, it has a community that truly cares about you and your well-being and your success.
Going to Florida State, although it's a large PWI, so predominantly white institution, I feel like I have a sense of community here within the individuals in my cohort. I have nice cohort members. We bounce ideas off each other. We talk about our research interests. It's just nice to have that here because since I am far away from home and most of my family, I have that my FSU family. Also, it's a really good time when you get to go to the football games and just celebrate their school. The FSU school spirit is just nice to be around that type of energy. So I appreciate that as well. Definitely take advantage of every opportunity that you can, because I mean, you only work on a graduate degree once, so why not give it your all and go for every opportunity that comes your way.